Hello and welcome to another Havoc Sons video. Well, this is probably going to be 4 parts because this Gateway 2000 has been a problem to say the least. I enjoyed every second of it. She wasn't as bad as others that I've had in the past, but there's definitely something wrong with CMOS on it. I've learned so much. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy this, is because of the amount of information that I get from each one of these systems. This Gateway has 2 types of battery. I mean, I really love this Micronix motherboard. It allows you to use both EDO, well, 3 types of RAM. EDO RAM, parity RAM, non-parity RAM, from 60 to 120 nanoseconds. I mean, it's just, dip switches will allow you to set up just about any kind of RAM you have, which is awesome. Of course, it seems to run best on non-parity, non-EDO, which is surprising to me, but whatever. And of that, I only have 2 sticks of my Kingston that is non-parity, non-EDO. So I only have 32 megabytes of RAM in it right now. If you notice, I've got the 1.44 floppy in there. That is also a Sony. Is it original to the Gateway computer? They used a lot of Sony products. As you can see, I have the Sony CD-ROM drive. Of course, I love this thing. I seriously do. I mean, this is just so awesome the way it does that. It's almost manual, but not. Now, take a look closely at this bracket. That's what I had to come up with until I can find the original. I mean, from the outside, it's going to look beautiful, but inside, that's what I did. But it's on there pretty firm. It doesn't wiggle or anything. I also added a heatsink because I updated her to a 486 DX266, which this board can handle. I thought it could do 50 megahertz, but it'll actually do 33 megahertz times 2 on a DX2, which I didn't, I forgot about that. I also added the full amount of cache to it. You can see it there. It's all populated. Now it's 256 K of cache. That's 32 megabytes of Kingston. I've got another 32 coming. That seems to be the best RAM for this machine. Now, because of all of the difference, and it also run, like I said before, it has the option of running an external battery or a Dallas onboard clock battery. It is currently running on the Dallas onboard clock battery because my external is not here yet, and it seems to have enough voltage to carry the CMOS parameters. So it is just a really interesting, versatile 486 motherboard. And because of that, it is very, well, what's the word? What's the best way to say this? It is very touchy. When you do anything that is not correct for it, and it just has a real hard time. I also notice, I don't know if there's a problem with the board. The board works great, but it's impossible to get into CMOS unless it senses something wrong. Then it'll allow you to get in CMOS. And it's really weird because this motherboard is on the cusp from later gateways were F1 to get into CMOS. Earlier gateways were F2. And I haven't really decided yet which one does it because it seems like neither one will work. The only way I can get into CMOS is if I actually air the board, like take a floppy drive out or disconnect a hard drive. Also, I don't have any more 250 megabyte hard drives. That's what this came with stock. You can run 2 of them. I have this one. This is a 2.4 gig hard drive, and it really had a hard time working with it. I mean, I was able to get it to go, and DOS saw the maximum amount that it could, DOS 622, and that was 2 gigabytes. But I wanted to try to get the full amount out of it. Plus, it seemed to be running a little bit slow. So what I did was I added a, you can probably see that ribbon cable coming down over there. See if I can get you this manual here. I added this. This is a Promise 16-bit IDE Max Enhanced IDE Max. It allows you to run the full amount, and it allows you the full size of the hard drive, no matter what size it is. So it sees it as a 2.4 gig now, and I'm currently formatting it. Let's see if I can lock it in so it doesn't go crazy. Just started, and it's taking a long time because it's 2.4 gig. But anyway, it's all pretty much set up and ready to go. As soon as this is done formatting, and then I'll install the stock software. I don't know. Look, my whole thing is keeping it original. So I acquired two 240s hard drives, 240 meg hard drives, two of them, and they're on their way. So if they arrive, I think I'm going to pull out that Promise Technology board, even though I notice everything runs much smoother with it on, and it seems to be quite fast because that card allows for LBA mode. But I want to keep it original. I want to keep it. You're always tempted to dress it up a little bit, but my whole thing is to get these computers to the way they were when they arrived. Now, or when they first came to market. Of course, you could fully load them based on what was available for it. And I do that, and a lot of times what I show is look at that, I got to empty my trash, out of control over here. I do fully load them when I can, when I can get the parts available, and I think I'm going to do that to this one. So I'm torn. I mean, the Promise hard drive controller really, this computer loves that board, and things just run flawlessly when I put that thing in. But I don't think I'm going to keep it, because I'm going to keep this one all original. I've got the monitor on its way, the right keyboard, the AnyKey keyboard, the programmable one, that's on its way. The original mouse for this is on its way. So she's going to be 100% factory restored to what was available at time of release. So anyway, this is part 3. There'll probably be a completed part 4, which will be short, and that'll be with the original software, which is also, I was able to find that. So I'm going to install it with the original Gateway 2000 software. This has been a kind of a fun project, and I loved researching this board and going back in time. This was a hot seller for Gateway. The Gateway 2000 4DX was the Visa Local Bus version. The 4DXL, there was a 33 and a 66, which one this one is now a 66. And the reason why I put it on is because the DX266 option was available for this. I mean, it probably would be nice if I could find a little sticker to change that to 66, but, now I think I'm getting just a little bit too, what's the term? It slips my mind, but, you know what I mean. Anyway, here she is, completed. Well, almost. I'm putting in the software now. Like always, thanks for watching. You have a great day and a better life. See ya.